Good morning, everybody. Welcome in. It's Laura from Tenacious Taurus Twin Flame Tarot, and this is going to be the daily message for Friday, February the 18th. Keep in mind, timing and energy is still fluid. This reading could play out today or over the next couple days. This reading may or may not be for you, so please only take with you the messages that resonate and leave behind the rest. Let's talk about the astrology today before jumping in with some cards. Today we have the sun entering into Pisces. Happy birthday to all of my Pisces collective out there. So the sun is going to be in Pisces from February the 18th until March 20th. So with the sun in Pisces, we're all kind of being guided to go into all of these altruistic feelings that we have within our heart. We may be less motivated to do because we're kind of all up in our feelings, our imaginative energy. You know, Pisces is that dreamlike state, dreaming about what will be. And I feel our attitude kind of is being reigned by all of these emotional, universal, cosmic senses in and around us. So I feel, you know, Pisces, you think of Pisces, rules empathy. Pisces is the last sign in the zodiac. You know, we hit the 12th sign, Pisces. Pisces basically has seen and done it all. And Pisces is a very empathic energy. I'm a Pisces rising, so I feel all of these collective energies at the very core. You know, Pisces really does represent selflessness. It's a very loving energy. It's all about devotion and spiritual wisdom, because when you reach that Pisces energy, you've kind of seen and done it all. So on the shadow aspect of Pisces, though, it rules self-pity. Oh, poor, poor, pitiful me. This feeling of playing into victimization. I'm a victim of life. And this can create a lot of passivity and elusiveness when it comes to kind of taking back your personal power. So when the sun enters into Pisces today, it is entering into the 10th house. So the 10th house is our midhaven. It's, you know, our career, what we came here to accomplish this life when it comes to our spiritual work. With Pisces in the 10th house, this can mean glory and honor, but this can also mean scandal and disgrace instead. So I think get ready for a lot of exposure when it comes to scandal, when it comes to disgraceful behaviors, kind of like zeroing out that karma. I think a lot of public attention, public exposure when it comes to anything that's been hidden, when it comes to, you know, some very disgraceful actions from the past. And I feel, you know, achievement really is going to be in focus when it comes to taking all of these inspirational energies, inspirational, empathic, heartfelt energies to kind of step into our power. It's about being responsible once and for all, taking accountability for anybody that you've hurt, anybody that's hurt you. It's kind of like if you want to have a tenacious, growing reputation, it's kind of time to get fully accountable with your life. So this can also indicate, you know, becoming well known when it comes to your spiritual career as well. The sun is illuminating that 10th house energy, and I feel a lot of respect and honor when it comes to those that are in alignment with integrity, truth, and accountability. So it's about, you know, having that noble character to, you know, rid yourself of anything degrading, anything demoralizing or immoral. And we're still feeling that sun square the north node aspect. So I feel a lot of separations in the energy when it comes to the false soul contracts. We also have Jupiter and Saturn joining the sun in the 10th house. Jupiter, expansion. Saturn, strict rules, regulations. So a lot of ambition when it comes to that desire for recognition. I kind of feel Saturn's creating this energy of, you know, taking that knowledge, organizing your abilities, and stepping into your benevolent power and authority. With Jupiter in the 10th house, it's kind of asking us to make those long-term plans for the future. We will achieve success, but we have to instill good moral values and attitudes in order to have that respect, to increase your influences on others. And then we have the 10th house in Aquarius. So I feel the energy really is encouraging resourcefulness, logical thinking, On the negative side, get ready to be met with a lot of self-destructive behaviors in the energy today. And my advice to you in the energies today is work according to divine plan. You might not want to leave everything to the last minute and everything to chance. So what do you need to kind of do so you don't allow this energy to elude you when it comes to, you know, putting in those tenacious efforts, when it comes to your personal ambitions and growing that reputation? So I think the energy is going to be very watery. Pisces is a very emotional, intuitive, and watery energy. So let's jump in with the cards and see what needs to come through. Empathy, isn't that appropriate? So I think Pisces kind of is asking us to find our compassionate nature and our understanding towards another's journey. We are all on a spiritual journey. We are all kind of holding each other's hands, walking each other home. And we also need to understand we all walk this journey on different timelines. So maybe you might want to evolve your spiritual knowledge by digging into some spiritual coursework. I know myself personally, I'm kind of in the process of being certified for past life regression, among some other courses I've been working on. So I know this expansive energy is coming forward when it comes to, you know, considering a new spiritual vocation or a new energy healing practice. And I think it's kind of time to just release control and to allow the universe to direct you forward. There's a lot of purging and cleansing when it comes to elements that really have kept you stuck and stagnant from stepping into your power. So I think meditation might help you in the energies today to connect to those higher energies, to connect, you know, to these higher frequencies, to release any self-pity, to release, you know, that self-victimization. We show people how to treat us. So if you're victimizing yourself, I think it's kind of time to take a look in the mirror to release that self-sacrificing energy. Pisces can be very self-sacrificing as well. So there's definitely going to be some triggering in the energies with all of this empathic energy coming forward. A lot of emotions, a lot of heart energy, and I feel get ready to be open to receiving a message. I kind of feel somebody here is really going to come forward and share something that they've learned recently. I think somebody has been put to the test. Somebody's about to get triggered out of their comfort zone when it comes to addressing some addictive patterns, some negative behaviors with yourself, with others, with a social group setting. And I think these behaviors definitely need to be addressed. They need to be corrected. They need to be purged and cleansed in order to kind of find your authentic voice. So where have you been afraid to express yourself authentically? Somebody here needs to be open and honest with themselves and others. Somebody here needs to share what it is that they've learned when it comes to these negative behaviors, when it comes to openly and honestly expressing yourself, because I think somebody's learned something, somebody's attained some information, some truth here. And maybe they've attained this from their higher self. Somebody here is a channeler that is able to kind of convey spiritual messages from the other side to kind of put the energy into words. And I feel get ready to receive a message. There's a lot of clarity, and I feel there's a lot of past life karma coming up to be cleared in the energy when it comes to all of these negative patterns. I think get ready for demoralization. Somebody here, I think, is experiencing a fall from grace when it comes to some lack of truth, when it comes to all of these negative impacts this life, when it comes to clearing and zeroing out some past life karmic debt. Because these negative patterns, these repetitive patterns are needing to be identified and healed once and for all in order to fully step into your psychic gifts, your psychic abilities. We do all have the ability to connect to these higher energies and to be that clear channel for spirit. So you might want to journal about the messages. I think somebody here is being pushed to reach out and to send a message and share what they've learned through this triggering experience. But let's keep going and see what else needs to come through. Love. Where are you needing to commit to the practice of love and seeing the good in all things? Because there's a lot of challenges coming up, and I think a lot of grief below the surface that has been denied. Somebody, I feel, has lost out on an amazing opportunity because they didn't appreciate somebody the first time around. And I think get ready for some expansion. Yeah, because it's kind of time to get honest. Somebody here, I feel, has really denied some truth on their heart. And if they are to embrace this expansion, I think they're going to have to get rigorously honest with themselves, and honest with another. Maybe, you know, trust. You know, honesty truly is the best policy. And when you listen to that inner voice, that's when spirit can really guide you where it is you need to go. Because somebody's been chronically indecisive, staying stuck at the crossroads, not wanting to make a choice, maybe not wanting to go through, you know, that demoralization. Yeah, because somebody's been all up in their pride, all up in their ego. And, you know, pride gets you nowhere. So I think somebody's about to face a lot of adverse challenges in the energy today, because somebody's been playing the blame game, letting their ego run the show, not wanting to accept responsibility for some past poor decisions, not wanting to take responsibility for their own well-being. So I think the best way to learn a lesson, the best way to shed that pride and that ego is to, you know, face a lot of triggering challenges. I think somebody needs to stop playing the blame game and really needs to look in the mirror and take full accountability when it comes to forgiveness. In order to release these blockages, you have to understand why you're harboring resentment. Is it really resentment towards another, or is it resentment to yourself? I think there's a block when it comes to love. Somebody's been all up in their head. I'm being shown the 9 of Swords with that worry. Somebody really has been worried about an outcome, and you know, we can never ever control an outcome. But I think somebody here is about to learn a valuable lesson when it comes to their pride, their ego, and not wanting to step into some accountability, because we're kind of entering into empathy, stepping into service. How can I bring good into the world? What can I do to help my fellow man beside me? We're all here to walk each other home, like I said. So if you want to achieve peace in your life, you're going to have to release that pride. Somebody here is dealing with a lot of jealousy, possessiveness, envious. And I think somebody here is facing a lot of challenges when it comes to that energy, because in order to step into love and to step into peace, you're going to have to release this negativity. What do you have to be jealous about? We all walk different timelines. And, you know, what appears great on the outside, we really don't know what anybody really goes through behind closed doors. So if you're to step into happiness, you're going to have to be thankful for these lessons that are being learned, because any challenging, triggering lessons really is an opportunity for growth and expansion, and to be grateful for everything that you've learned. So be aware, happiness is an inside job. And when you are in alignment and happy, you know that you are on the right path. So release that pride, release that ego, release that envy, because I think we're stepping into service, we're stepping into empathy. Seeing both sides of the situation will allow you to have empathy for another. And I think maybe it's time to really honor your health. Somebody here, I feel, is struggling with some health issues, and maybe they really need to honor their physical vessel. I think stress is a killer. So if you've been all up in your head, stressed about a situation, I think you got to clear those throat chakra blockages, is the first step in, you know, healing all of these past energies. But let's keep going and see. Savoring pleasure. So, you know, maybe you need to run yourself a bubble bath, cleanse your energy, really step into some stillness as you open up to your soul's grace. I think this emergence when it comes to stepping into service and making a difference in the world. And maybe somebody here has just reached that balanced energy of, hey, it is what it is. When you kind of release control and accept things exactly as they are, that's when real magic can happen. And I guess that didn't want to work out for me, did it? So let's see. Be in the flow. Kind of just ebb and flow through the energies. There is a lot of ancient Akashic wisdom that has been coming through recently with all of these intense shifts. And there is this energy of a new you getting ready to emerge from the shadows. So get ready to renew your life. I've been feeling that pull big time, like that nesting energy, going through the house, decluttering, getting rid of anything I really don't need, donating stuff. And that really will allow you to fill your space with this new energy. Get rid of anything stuck, stale, and stagnant. And I think get ready to plant those seeds. If you've planted seeds, when it comes to a new beginning, I think something is about to come to fruition. Whatever seeds you planted, the energy is fertile for things to grow abundantly right now. So let's see. Manifesting your dreams. So somebody's manifested a new beginning here. And I think somebody's dreams are about to come true. So I think it's kind of time to listen with the heart. So somebody's not been trusting the messages that's been coming through the heart. And we receive all of these messages from Spirit through the heart gateway. So when we really cherish, love, and accept ourselves, that's when we can really step into freedom. So I think somebody here is rising above the pride, rising above the envy. I think somebody here has turned their back to a situation that's run stale, that's run dry, and getting ready to step into manifesting a brand new cycle. So get ready to have your dreams come true. Cornucopia. The energy really is feeling very, very free. Somebody here has been listening to their heart, has been, you know, feeding themselves love. And somebody here is stepping into karmic freedom is kind of what I see in the energies. So let's see what else needs to come through. Be of service. Live your soul, not your role. So forget about what everybody thinks of you. Forget about all of those society expectations, because it's kind of time to face these adversities. And it is through the adversities that we can strengthen our spiritual gifts, you know, be of service to humanity, and use all of these lessons that we've learned, you know, through admitting our vulnerabilities to kind of teach others how to step into loving themselves. And self-love is the key to all of these energies. So I think somebody has been very patient. I think somebody here has done a lot of work on themselves, a lot of healing. And I think it's time to kind of look forward. Stop looking back at the past. We have 0 planets in retrograde. So during retrogrades, it's this reevaluation, looking back at the past. And for several months now, all planets will be direct. So start looking forward. That patient energy is paying off, because I feel this new cycle is coming to fruition in the energies, you know. So, you know that you are on the right path. Know that you need to keep listening to the calling of your heart. When your heart is in alignment, everything else just seems to flow. So somebody here needs to take the lead of their life. Somebody here needs to accept that something is dying and to, you know, correct these past mistakes. But somebody's let pride and ego, you know, get in their way. Maybe somebody here needs to focus on their health and nurture themselves. Somebody here needs to take the lead. Somebody here needs to face all of these adversities. When it comes to this lack of truth, something is dying away, and maybe there's been a lack of acceptance of an ending because somebody doesn't want to go back and correct their mistakes. It's never easy to admit that you've made a mistake. Let's face it. The ego don't like to admit that they've made a mistake. So I think an apology is in order. I do think somebody's been sitting in their pride for quite some time, and I think it's time to let something die away, because something here is no longer working, and somebody here, you know, has not wanted to face that truth. Accept what is dying. 89. So there's definitely something clearly coming to an end, without a doubt, and the energy is intensifying and triggering. So somebody has lost interest when it comes to a romantic partnership, I feel. There's no enthusiasm, there's no passion, there's no desire to be intimate, and it's kind of time to surrender and let things end once and for all. The divine really is asking somebody to accept the death of a toxic situation. This ending has been long overdue. So maybe somebody's held on to a lot of sentimentality when it comes to the good times, and maybe the good times only lasted a few months, but maybe it's time to get honest and frank with yourself. Somebody's been wasting a lot of time playing into envy, playing into pride, playing into greed, not wanting to face the unknown, not wanting to find the courage and the confidence to say, hey, enough is enough. There's no growth here. There's no more love here. I think somebody really got tempted to play into these low-grade energies. And the truth of the matter is it's time for a cycle to close. It's time for this ending. You can't run from your emotions. You cannot ever, ever run from yourself. Somebody has denied something on their heart for quite some time because of fear. And I think Divine is saying it's time to embrace this ending, to step into this new life. So, you know, with all endings do come new beginnings, and you can't, you know, start that new beginning without correcting the past mistakes. So I think there's something from the past that is needing to be dealt with. Correct your past mistakes on page 79. So somebody, yeah, has done something in the past that they deeply regret, but they've not wanted to be accountable for this negative behavior. Definitely get ready for the past to come back and haunt you, because it's time to release this pride, these ego defenses, and to acknowledge a mistake and to make it right. I think there's a lot of karmic punishment coming up in the energies when it comes to a lack of remorse, a lack of, you know, an apology, and somebody is in this paralyzed energy, in this righteous self-defenseness with this pride, this ego, this envy, this jealousy. And I feel it's really created a lot of negative limitations, because the universe is saying you have to acknowledge this mistake. You have to learn from this mistake, and you have to correct your actions in order to get back into a place of balance. You cannot peacefully move forward without properly acknowledging and accepting the past once and for all. So somebody's going to have to be accountable for their negative behavior towards somebody else. And I feel, you know, that golden rule, do unto others as you would like done to you, something's come back around. Somebody here has to make amends. They're being pushed to make amends and to go into the heart and to turn this negative situation over in order for healing to ensue. So I think you're better to admit your errors and to seek to correct them on your own before the universe comes in and smacks you with its universal titties and gives you a tower. So, you know, somebody's higher self has been saying, hey, it's time to apologize. It's time to ask for forgiveness. It's time to make amends in order to reverse the damage that you've done. So somebody needs to come forward and mean exactly what it is that they're saying, to learn from this experience and to let it go. Because until you do, you're going to be faced with all kinds of adversities, all kinds of challenges in order to push you into taking the lead of your life. So let's jump in with some tarot. The moon. Something's come to light. Secrets. Somebody definitely was hiding something. Secrets. Something was hidden in the dark, and something is coming to light. I think there was a lot of exposure with that full moon in Leo, and now that we're kind of entering into Pisces season, it's time for the veil of illusion to shatter. I feel somebody's been confused. Somebody's not wanted to, you know, admit that maybe they had a lot of options. Maybe there was cheating in the past, and it's kind of time to correct that mistake. It's kind of time to send that message. Somebody here, yeah, I think has been grieving a missed opportunity from the past because of third party, playing into materialism, greed. All they cared about was money, money, money. And I feel now they want to kind of find their passion again. Definitely third party energy. Somebody got caught up in some self-indulgent behaviors, I feel, with third party energy, a masquerade. A lot of people wearing a mask, a lot of untruths here. And I feel, you know, ultimate fulfillment is here for the taking. But somebody's going to have to come forward with some truth. There's going to be a lot of illumination when it comes to a past connection, somebody wanting to finally put the work in. We've got a couple of king energies here. Actually, 3 kings. We got the King of Cups, we got the King of Coins, and we got the King of Wands. So, and we also have the Queen of Cups. So there is a true pair on the board. Somebody in the past went towards what I feel was some temptation. They, you know, they went towards a third party. It was all fun and games, and I think now the party's over. You know, somebody, you know, thought, hey, this is where my stability is going to lie. I'm going to focus on money. I'm not going to care about hurting anybody's feelings because, you know what, I'll deal with that later. And I feel now somebody's having to sit in that regret, that remorse, that guilt, that shame when it comes to, I think, being tempted by, you know, a very childish energy. Maybe it was fun at first, but I think somebody here is getting a wake-up call. Somebody here needs to grow up. You know, money doesn't make you happy. You can have all the money in the world and be miserable on the inside. So I feel somebody has built up some stability, but they're emotionally bankrupt on the inside. I think, yeah, somebody got tempted, went towards a lot of passion, a lot of fun. Maybe there was a few people in the background messing around with people. And ultimately, this is what they sacrificed, was this 10 of Cups, ultimate fulfillment. There is a lot of truth and illumination coming forward when it comes to a spiritual connection. We do have a Queen of Cups here, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, that has a lot of love to give. And something is being illuminated when it comes to some truth. Something about that Leo energy, that Leo full moon really did illuminate some truth when it comes to a connection from the past. And I feel this is somebody you've known this life. And I think there's somebody getting ready to come forward and finally put in the work. Somebody here does want victory and success with their Empress, but they're going to need to walk away from something first. I think somebody walked away from this Empress energy in the past, went towards third-party drama, third-party energy, thinking, hey, this is going to be my wish fulfillment. I think they've been pretending to be happy. It probably looks good on social media, but I think behind closed doors, it's a freaking circus. I think there's a lot of fighting. There's a lot of power struggles. And it's kind of time for that rigorous honesty when it comes to a connection. Somebody here is facing some very harsh karmic judgment. I think really learning a valuable lesson about blocked communication, going towards passion without love attached, you know, trying to build a foundation purely for financial stability. And I feel there's a lot of truth coming in, which is in turn bringing this Tower in. So get ready for an unexpected shakeup, because somebody here is facing some very harsh karmic judgment when it comes to walking away from their spiritual calling. I feel somebody's at that rock bottom energy. Spirit's called judgment. You're about to get exactly what it is that you deserve, because the time is now for this false foundation to crumble. Somebody's health may be declining in the energies, because it's kind of time to heal. It's kind of time to do the hard work, to plant those seeds, to get a plan in action, to kind of step towards healing and wish fulfillment. So I think somebody's kind of experiencing some disgrace in the energy when it comes to this third-party interference. Could be dealing with a Cancer. I see strong Cancer energy, Pisces, and Leo. I was clarifying the Three of Cups. We got the World, the Three of Wands, and the Seven of Wands. Yep, somebody's been withholding communication. Somebody's been blocking communication, not wanting to communicate, not wanting to face this, not wanting to address this situation. And I think somebody's, you know, facing a lot of challenges, a lot of adversities. I think a lot of people are coming at this person when it comes to this third-party interference. And it's kind of time to learn this lesson. Something's coming full circle, because somebody's ships are about to sail away if they don't get in that seat, in that driver's seat, and go in a new direction. I feel a masculine energy here, a Leo possibly, learning a very strict lesson about blocking communication. And I think the time is now to communicate, to come forward with something solid, stable, a real solid offer. And somebody's not wanted to, somebody's been greedy, somebody's not wanted to, you know, take accountability for their actions. So I think judgment is being called when it comes to this lack of truth. What is this? King of Wands, King of Pentacles, Knight of Wands. That's what I was saying. Player, player, player. With the Seven of Swords, somebody was cheating, somebody was lying in the past, somebody was very manipulative, very deceptive, was not being honest. There is a need for some balance, some moderation. I think somebody's played into a lot of addictive behaviors, quite possibly sex addictions. I think somebody had a lot of options in the past. You know, they kind of kept the blinders on and kept the veil of illusion over somebody's eyes. I think somebody caused somebody here a lot of pain, a lot of heartbreak when it comes to this lack of commitment. And there is the angels trying to rebalance a situation. Somebody here needs to stand on their own 2 feet. I do feel this Empress energy is single, grounded, stable, solid. She's got a foundation of wealth surrounding her. She's birthing this brand new life. I think this Empress is like going in a brand new direction. She's like, you didn't value me the first time around. I see my worth. I see my value, and I'm building a foundation for myself. She's kind of reached a place of karmic balancing. Could be dealing with a Taurus or a Libra. Somebody has done the work to transform their life, And I feel this is creating a shift, because somebody went towards temptation, addictions, you know, a lot of negative, low grade, triggering behavior. Somebody's caged themselves in a prison cell of their own making from this lack of truth, from this lack of integrity and accountability. And it's kind of time to balance some scales. Somebody, I feel, is going through an activation when it comes to an ego death in order to release this pride, this ego, when it comes to standing on their own 2 feet. But what is this? Queen of Cups, Sun, and Ace of Swords. I feel a lot of truth has been exposed. Somebody has been withholding a lot of communication. There's been a lot of juggling. Somebody was playing games. Juggling's a game. Somebody didn't want to make a choice. Somebody's going through a period of expansion. I feel somebody's being stripped naked to their rawest, authentic energy, because they've been withholding communication. And we got the 4 and the 2, which equals a 6. Somebody was definitely giving to more than one. Something is being exposed in the energy that I feel is going to create this feeling of victimization. But really, somebody's just been a victim of their own, you know, lack of truth, lack of honesty. And I think it's time for some communication, because somebody's about to rush in. When it comes to a foundation, I think the doorway of opportunity is opening. When it comes for some movement forward, Aries, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, and it's kind of time to talk about this betrayal once and for all. Somebody here is needing to be accountable, to maybe come forward with that apology in order for that new beginning, because the time is now to do the work. There's that masculine. You know, the Emperor reversed abandons you in your time of need. He doesn't care who he hurts. He's all about me, me, me. Ego, pride, self-centered, greedy. We got a masculine here that abandoned an Empress in her darkest hour. There was a lot of betrayal, secrets, lying, cheating, and the time is now to have that conversation to heal this connection, to heal the broken heart in order to step into this brand new beginning. So get ready. Somebody's at that rock bottom. Somebody's getting ready to lay down a long-standing burden because they know the time is now to send that message and communicate. So I think Spirit's been pushing somebody, saying, hey, you got a chance to do something over. What are you going to do? Because you can't stay stuck. Get ready to face some major, major obstacles ahead, in order to, you know, see somebody's point of view from another point of view. So, you know, the Emperor upright takes the lead. He does what it takes to do the right thing. I feel a masculine here, quite possibly facing bankruptcy, total financial ruin, because they've not been accountable. And I think somebody's about to come into some major self-awareness to gain that new perspective. Somebody here, I think, only thought about themselves, was very selfish, and they went into a state of, you know, greediness, me, 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 and illusions are about to be shattered, because all of these negative influences can no longer remain. Somebody's getting blasted out of the water because it's time for some communication, is what I feel. Somebody really needs to acknowledge the past, the damage done, and to, you know, offer that apology. I think it's kind of time to create healthy space between you and this person. This is basically in the divine hands, in the divine's hands. So, you know, get ready for a major karmic rebalancing, because somebody here was unwilling to acknowledge some past pain. And they're about to get challenged, because it's kind of time to balance the scales of justice, Libra energy. It's kind of time to face this situation. Somebody needs to try a different approach. Somebody really needs to come forward and refocus and know when to walk away from a toxic situation. I feel somebody really went towards temptation instead of their true heart's desires. And I feel somebody's really losing big time in the energies today. So we will see what else needs to come through with the Crystal Stone deck for a closing message. There is going to be an opportunity to rebuild from ground zero, but it's going to take a lot of open, honest conversations, open-hearted conversations, because I feel a feminine here that's built herself up. She's living the good life. She doesn't want or need anything, and she's got a lot of people after her. So if somebody really wants to catch this Empress's eye, I think it's time to bring all of this hidden energy from below the surface to the forefront. Could be dealing with a Gemini or a Virgo. I think there's been a lot of mood swings coming up in the energies. when it comes to this truth, when it comes to this karmic rebalancing. Somebody's been hooked up with a group of friends that really aren't their friends, playing into temptations, and it's kind of time to restore a sense of equanimity. I think it's kind of time to get yourself out of the gutter and to kind of break free from all of these negative vices, because the energy really is pushing somebody out of this melancholy state, out of these inhibitions, out of this funk, because somebody's been sitting in their pride, sitting in regret, sitting in ego. I don't think this masculine has ever apologized to anybody in his life, to be honest. So I think there's a masculine here. That Emperor is a masculine energy getting ready to face a crisis today. They've lacked the confidence to clean up a past mess, and it's kind of time for a major wake-up call. So get ready for the energy to be heightened with sensitivity. I feel a sacred connection here that is needing to be addressed. There's definitely some healing work to be done when it comes to this connection, when it comes to all of these unwanted vices. I think a masculine here is in a very karmic entanglement with a lot of addictions, and it's kind of time to clear up those channels of communication. I think somebody fears rejection, and it's kind of time for this masculine to act like a grown-up once and for all, because somebody forgot what really matters, and what matters is the heart. So I think somebody fears coming forward because they don't have the right words to say, and maybe the first thing to say is, gee, I'm sorry. I don't know, but there's a lot of remembrance here, and somebody is kind of being forced to get real with the truth once and for all. They've got to get honest with themselves and others if they are to infuse their life with positive energy. So I think somebody's going to reclaim back their power by coming forward with the whole truth and nothing but the truth in order to purify the past and to step into benevolent power. And that's kind of what I've got for a message today, guys. I hope this helped. I hope this resonated. If it did and you would like to book a personal or a twin flame reading with me, please feel free to check out the description box below, and I look forward to seeing you all again next time. Thank you.